Hey, how's it going, my beautiful and amazing human people? My name is Shidaki from the Let's Play channel HalvedStudios, and welcome back to more Let's Play Kingdom Hearts. Read Chain of Memories and Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. In the last episode, we met Larxene, my least favorite character ever. God, she's so great, but she scares me so much. And we got through the 7th floor of Castle Oblivion, and gotten through Atlantica. And in today's episode, we're doing it again. There's a pretty, I think by this point you can tell there's a pretty predictable pattern here. We do one floor an episode, so let's go. Oh, hey.
Riku. What are you doing here?
Not happy to see me?
Well, yeah,
Let me
that's
know
why I'm
if I'm
excited.
getting in the way. You know, of something that's more important.
Huh? I didn't mean that.
Spare the excuses. I bet that you had all but forgotten about me.
Are you crazy? Come on, I came all this way looking for you.
But you're not anymore, right? Now it's only Naminé that you're looking for. You don't care about me, just like you never cared.
Okay, that's bullshit,
At
you
all.
know it.
About her feelings.
Okay, maybe that's true.
Nominees?
I knew it. Never even gave it a thought, did you? Just 'cause you want to see Naminé. Sorry. Doesn't go both ways. Tell you the truth, Naminé doesn't even want to look at your face.
Why not?
You should ask your memories. Why Naminé disappeared from the islands. Remember that, and you'd know.
Did I do something? Is it my fault? Riku.
Go home, Sora. I'll care for Naminé. Anyone who goes near her goes through me!
What's wrong with you? We're supposed to be friends!
Please, Sora. Since when have you ever cared about me?
Okay, you're just
Naminé's
looking
not
for
the only
excuses
one
to be
who's safe
pissed.
Looking at you. So am I.
I love what's
Riku,
going on.
Stop it!
Oh boy. I love what's going on here because like after the first round of floors, it's like reality is starting to unravel. Like it's almost like it's a dream. Now this isn't a dream, I promise. But like, oh my god, look at Riku's face on that card. It's like a dream. Everything's kind of just randomly coalescing. You'll start to see how that really starts to mess with Sora's head and his emotional state. It is actually way more nuanced than you really. It's way more nuanced than you can really notice in the Game Boy version. Because in the Game Boy version, you're too busy reading to really notice a lot of this stuff. Or at least that's what happened to me. All right. Okay. So this here is the beginning of the Riku fights. Now, stop! Oh, bullshit! Anyone who's ever... Okay, I'm just gonna pause to talk here. Oh god, Riku's gonna destroy my butt. Anyone who's ever played Chain of Memories knows about the Riku fights. There's going to be 4 of them throughout the course of the game, and they get progressively harder with each one, culminating with what the internet has dubbed Riku 4, which is probably... top 5 hardest fights in the entirety of Kingdom Hearts as a whole. Now, first fight's pretty easy, but the Riku fights, they get... shit! God, stop being bad! Okay, here we go. So the first one isn't that bad, because it's really just Riku running at... Ow, shit! It's really just Riku coming at you with basic attacks, and that's not that bad. But even then, Riku's basic attacks are pretty mean, because he's got that, which stuns you. He's got... Okay, there's his stun. Yeah, he's got his crazy dash. And then he's got his spin that hits you like 3 times. Oh! Okay, well, I'm gonna swap the Game Boy perspective now, so I'll see you in a sec.
Here! 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 Goofy! Come on! Power! Power! Heal! Heal!
Okay, so, am I back? Am I back? Okay, yep, I'm back. Okay, so basically, like, the thing that makes the Riku fight so ridiculous in Chain of Memories is basically... Damn it, I want to do the dumb attack. There's the stun. So the thing that makes the Riku fight so ridiculous in Chain of Memories is because of one reason. For a majority of the game, you can actually pretty much beat the whole game by just, you know, having a really well-built deck. You just stack your deck full of 0s and 9s, and you basically just kind of auto-win because the enemies can never hit you because, you know, your cards are always higher. That's basically the thing. Now, with one exception, maybe two, but one exception, and that is Riku 4, where Riku 4 has an expertly built deck, really dangerous moves, and uses them exceptionally well. So all the Riku fights are basically like the equivalent of playing against another person. Ah! Yeah, try a rear edge sword on for size. that's a good way to finish him. So basically, every Riku fight is basically he's got an exceptionally well-built deck. He uses them exceptionally well, and he's got really great moves. Which basically, the whole game you can, and I'm talking about the Game Boy version where there's only one difficulty, so there's no like harder, easier difficulties on the Game Boy version. In the Game Boy version, you can pretty much just breeze through the whole game. Like if you're relatively leveled and you put like 9s and 0s in your deck, you pretty much win every fight, and you can just brute force win. Riku is the one instance where you just actually can't do that. And so most players, not being used to the necessary, like, oh, I actually gotta try and use dodge rolls and actually care about the numbers on my cards and slates, you know, they hit Riku and it's just a wall. I mean, he's still, I'll go CP boost. He's still, I mean, and even then, he's still really good. Probably the hardest fight in the whole game, even harder than anything after him. So that's why so many people have a hard time with Riku 4. It's because it's literally the one time where you can't just cheat your way to victory. In fact, cheating my way to victory is kind of how I beat the final boss.
Oh, Riku, please wait!
Chase after him, you idiot! Sora, you need to learn how to run for longer than 3 seconds. Literally, all of your problems are a result of you not running enough. Every time, it's like, Riku runs away. Sora's like, oh, Riku! Takes 3 steps and then stops. Riku runs away, gets possessed by Ansem. Yeah, every fucking day. Ugh, Sora, learn to chase your problems! Sorry. It's like, every time, I'm so sick of anime characters constantly being like, oh. And like, they hold out their hand, but they don't actually chase the person. Just like, oh, I'm so hurt. And then bad things always happen because of it. Alright. Gosh. What could have happened to Riku? What could have happened to make Riku like that? Oh, I lost the Goofy voice. Damn it. I had it, and now it's gone. Let's try Donald's voice. You know... we play again. No! We'd better get going after Riku. That's Donald's new voice now. I don't fucking care.
Riku, where are you?
Why didn't you bring any cheese?
Sora, are you okay?
Don't worry about me. Riku, what happened?
Sure was strange. Almost like Ansem was back, controlling Riku again.
But we got rid of Ansem for good.
Then I wonder what is wrong with Riku.
Hold on! The kid! If he's with Riku, he might be in danger. Sora?
I really appreciate how they made Jiminy an
know.
actual character in this game.
You're thinking Riku isn't your friend. But that's just not true.
You sure?
Well, I know he said some awful things to you back there. But you gotta remember, we are in Castle Oblivion. Why, folks lose their memory here a little bit at a time. Riku's probably just forgotten that the two of you were such close friends. That's all.
So he just forgot?
My guess is that's so. But Sora, instead of being sad, we have to figure out a way to help Riku get his memory back. If we all work together, why, we're sure to get you through this. No need to mow.
Jiminy's right. You shouldn't push your friends away.
Yeah. Okay.
Sora, do you remember our very first promise?
Huh?
Hose? Money?
Really
Cash for
smart.
hose?
That was the promise we made to each other the first time we met. We promised to never forget to keep smiling.
You're right.
Alright, so yeah, that first Riku fight, not bad. Not bad. But like you can see, just Sora's being just run through the emotional roller coaster at this point. Finding out about Naminé, Riku turning on him, Larxene being the best at being the worst. Like, just everything's just hitting him, and he's gonna break. Like, honestly, I'm not gonna say that. Spoiler. I'm sure... Oh. It sure is nice to have the... Oh gosh, it sure is nice to have the happy Sora back. Hey, I got it back. Watch me lose the Goofy voice in like 3 seconds. Wow, hold on. I never really thought... I mean, he is kind of standing, like, with bent knees, but... Wow, Goofy's small. Because you have to remember, Sora's because you only ever really see Sora and the monsters, and so, like, you get that sort of mental idea that, like, Sora's pretty tall. Because there's not really a lot of scaling in here. You can't really tell, like how big is this staircase? You don't really know. So, like, you get the idea that Sora's actually fairly tall, or at least you project your own height onto him. But, like, Sora's a child. He's like, maybe 4 foot 5 feet, maybe minimum, like the lower end of 5 feet, maybe high end of 4. So like he's the same height. Goofy's small. Like if you were to stand up right now, like assuming you're fully grown, like person, you're done growing, like Goofy would probably be up to like your mid chest or maybe even your waist. Like Goofy's small. Wow. I guess Sora is about 14, 15 at this point, right? No, he's 14. So, it could be reasonably said he's just about done growing? Or he hasn't hit his spurt yet. It's hard to tell. I think he's... Wow, Donald's even tinier. like, Donald is actually the size of a duck, almost. Like an exceptionally large duck. Try not to get too excited, Sora. Sorry, I've given up on doing the Donald. That's Donald's new voice now. It's just saucy, man. That's actually what happened in the episode of DuckTales I watched. Oh, the DuckTales revival is the DuckTales revival is actually a pretty good TV show. I wonder if they're gonna make reference to it in Kingdom Hearts 3. It's always possible. Alright, what do we got? So, next in line, I think 100 Acre Woods is last. So, Neverland next? Yeah, Neverland then Hollow Bastion. Wow, we're really approaching endgame. There's not too much of the game left. Well, I say there's not too much of the game left, but really what it is there's not too much of the game left, except for the fact that this game is a non-stop grindhouse. Where are we now? The floor is kind of unsteady. I can hear the ocean, too. I know. We must be inside of a ship. Well, we'd better find a way out. But which way do we go? Walk. Who are you? Who are you? Maybe she's trying to help us. Looks like you're right. Oh, Jesus. I just noticed how high up Tinkerbell's skirt is. That's... I mean, I guess in the, sort of... Shit, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, cool, we get glide. In the sort of symbolic sense, that makes sense for Tinkerbell as a character, but, like, in Disney movie, like, but in the... Tinkerbell as a character in the original incarnation of Peter Pan. Because Peter Pan is essentially a story about growing up and childhood, and how, you can't really grow... Peter Pan's a story about, like, growing up and childhood and refusing to grow up, and Tinkerbell is a Tinkerbell is a metaphor for the kind of, like, romantic and sexual relations one can have if they refuse to grow up. So it's kind of like, I've heard her referenced as the fairy of pornography, where it's like, she's incredibly attached to you, but you require very little effort to maintain the relationship, but due to the inherent nature of the relationship, you can't truly have something meaningful with Tinkerbell, even though she is, you know, conventionally attractive and requires very little effort to maintain the relationship. Like, that's the idea of Tinkerbell. It's like, that's the kind of relationship, those are the only kind of relationships you can have if you refuse to grow up. Whereas Wendy was not an ideal girl at all. Oh, no, hold on, let me say, when I say not ideal, I mean not idealized in the sense of like a sexual fantasy like Tinkerbell would represent. But she represents a true and honest relationship that you would only that in the movie you will only be able to have if you grow up, because Wendy refuses to stay in Wonderland despite Peter Pan's desire for her to do so. Like, she wants to grow up, she wants to live as an adult. So in order to have a true and honest relationship, with a meaningful and honest relationship, you have to grow up. That's the general theme of Tinkerbell and Wendy in there. So I guess it makes sense that Tinkerbell has a skirt that's exceptionally high up, but I mean, come on, Disney movies are for kids. We're supposed to tone that stuff down. It's supposed to be subtext, not fairy butt shoved in your face. All right. Ha! Oh, did I get him? Ha! I got him. Okay, if I can line this right, this might be awesome. Yeah! Aw, man, I love Display. They're so good.
Yeah,
Alright, so after this little fight, I'm going to go ahead and switch to Game Boy perspective and for a bit while I clear out all the Heartless in this area, and I'll see you in a bit. Ow, they're all flying! Try this on specific. This is a pretty great move. I love this. It hits everything on the screen and then it stuns them. Well, actually, it doesn't. Oh, I messed it up. It doesn't stun them. It actually does the stop spell, which is just as good as far as I'm concerned. Ooh, nice. Simba does a good job. I really should swap Dumbo out of the deck. Like, Dumbo's cool. I love the idea of Dumbo. It's just not useful at all. Not useful at all. Yeah. Alright, see you in a sec. Alright, we're back. I finished clearing out all the Heartless off screen, and we're clear to start heading to... Where are we heading to? We're heading... Okay, that's, Right, up, right. Got it. So this this one's probably one of my favorite worlds, floors on Castle Oblivion. Just because I love the aesthetic of being... Well, first of all, it works well with these things being rooms as opposed to everywhere else being sort of outside environments, but I like the idea of actually exploring, like, a ship. Also, I really dig the... oh, hello. Yeah! I really dig the, Oh, that's right, yeah, I swapped up the... Here we go, check this out. Bam! All of them gone. I added Quake in. Yeah, here's another fun one. I really went crazy with the card upgrades. And then we got the good old sliding dash, which doesn't do anything. And then we got homing Blizzara, which basically it's a blizzard spell that that you can't miss with. It's pretty cool. Okay, so I really like how the cabin slowly transitions from being clear and defined to being like vague and then eventually just being a gradient. It's really cool. It's really cool. But it's just something like the real aesthetic in this world is like, oh, hello. Just spot on. So yeah, I got Quake and Tornado basically to be like, okay, like, so combat starts, destroy everything on the ground, and then destroy everything in the air. That's basically the point of it. But I really like the aesthetics of this pirate thing because it works in layers. Intentionally. So you have this top layer, like, and this works for every room. So the highest elevation in the room is like the captain's quarters type thing. So you got the fancy rugs and the lighting and everything's neat and clean. Nice. And then you got the next one down. This is like the working man's quarters. Like you got your cannons and your basic storage. And like your communication lines, and then the next spot down you've got like the hold, and this is like pure storage, and then finally you got like the bottom with the I don't even know what this is really. I've never seen a ship that has fog coming out of the fog holes. I don't know. I've never been on an 18th century ship before, so I don't know if this is a normal thing. But then you got like the whole, so it's got like all the different types of environments from Chain of Memory or the first Kingdom Hearts all in one spot. I think it's really great. We want to go up, which means we have to go up, which is that way. Okay, I'm getting better at navigating based on the I'm getting better at navigating based on the ooh, nice points. I'm getting better at navigating based on the compass. Oh, cool. A little bit of health. I mean, I scoff at these health orbs because of how pointless they are. But I mean, if in our real world there was like a ball of goop that you could just, and you would like your stab wound just heals, like that'd be the most amazing thing ever. But it's like, no, I don't want health. I want money. Oh, actually, that's kind of a thing. That's actually what a lot of people do. Actually, they trade their health for their money because we live in a horribly disbalanced system in where only those with a lot of wealth can afford to have health, and those with no wealth must sacrifice their wealth or must sacrifice their health for wealth. Tongue twister. But we're not here to talk about the failings of capitalism. We're here to talk about fucking magic houses. So this magic house is a very scary one. Oh yeah, we got another one of those special door keys off screen. I should go hit that up once I get the chance. Is it just me, or are all the rooms starting to look the same? Yeah, that'll kind of happen in a boat. Gosh, maybe we're going in circles. Someone help some help she was. That's just Donald's new voice now. I don't care. I think you might have ruffled her feathers, Donald. Tink, what are you doing? You're supposed to bring the pirate. You weren't supposed to bring the pirates with you. Stay back, pirates! Or this will be the last fight you pick. What's the big idea? We're not pirates. We're only here because... yeah, it's a long story. You ever heard of nobodies? Why are we here, Sora? That is a fantastic question. Why are you here? You're looking for Namine and Riku. Why the hell are we wasting... Okay, well, we're wasting time because we're trying to get through the place, but why the hell are we wasting time in these places? We know they are illusions! But of course, Sora's naive like that. Huh? How am I supposed to know, Donald? Goofy, what do you think? Gosh, beats me. Okay, I understand. Sora, Donald, Goofy, right? I guess if you were real pirates, you wouldn't get lost on your own ship. Plus, you're dressed funny. There you go again! Wait, so if you thought we were pirates, this must be a pirate ship. That's right, you're trapped inside the Jolly Roger. Ship of old Codfish Captain Hook. Well, if we're trapped, that means you are too. Me? Don't be silly. No one can capture Peter Pan. I'm just lying low until it's time to spring my plan. Gosh, what's the plan? And what plan is that? The pirates kidnapped my friend Wendy. She's got to be somewhere on this ship. I didn't expect there to be so many pirates on watch, though. I sent Tink to look for a way around. But all she found was you. I bet I know what Tink had in mind. If we all make a big enough racket, we can distract the pirates. These camera angles are just not great for Tinkerbell. just aim it up. Just move the camera up, please. Gosh, you must have read her mind. So how about it? Let's work together, at least until we can get above deck. Well, why not? Of course, I could save Wendy myself if I wanted to. But you guys look like you'd be stuck without me. Don't you have any manners? Nice. So again, like, this might be due to Sora's naivety, or this might be a thing that could happen to everybody. Like, the moment he comes into these places, just like, he just gets entrapped in the things going on here. Because again, it's like what I said before, like, you know, only psychopaths believe what they're seeing in front of them doesn't exist. Except in this case, it's actually true. But like, we're not used to that, so you know, so you don't automatically, you know, work with the idea of, oh, this isn't real, this isn't real, this isn't real. You end up with a situation where, oh yeah, I get to fly now. Woo! I do love that. You end up in a situation where, like, you see the person in front of you, they're talking, you know, you can even, you feel them, you can see them, you can smell them. So it's like, well, why wouldn't you think it's real? You can easily get tricked like that. So I'm not sure if it's due to Sora's naivety, because Sora is naive as hell, and he's constantly like, hey, I gotta help! Yeah. Which, I mean, that's a, you know, it's an admirable trait, but it often can lead him to being manipulated and tricked. A lot. But, like, I'm saying this because I don't want to say it's impossible, that it's all because Sora's a dumb boy that he's falling for these things. Like, I genuinely feel like a lot of people would fall for these things. Like, they'd come in, and they'd be like, it's not real, it's not real, it's not real. And, like, that's the sort of insidious nature of Castle Oblivion, is it formats these rooms in such a way that it gets you to care. Like, it may not necessarily, like, that's why these memories are not exact repeats. They're like, intentional, sort of immediate, immediate threat circumstances where it's more like, well, you know, we probably should just help out and go, then go. You know, like, and that's the whole point of Castle Oblivion. It's meant to keep you trapped in here. So it creates these scenarios for you that keep you in this, like, perpetual state of, illusion. And even, you might even end up in a situation where you find an illusion that's so preferable to reality that you might even stay inside of it forever. In which case, Castle Oblivion's done his job. There she is. Peter Pan? Oh, I get to do the British now. Wendy, are you all right? I've come to rescue you with these three new Lost Boys. Come on, let's get this. Come on, let's get off this leaky tub and do some exploring. We'll never grow up. Listen, Peter, I've got something to tell you. I want to go home to London. What are you talking about? Why would you want to do that? You'd have to grow up. You'd have to turn into a grown-up. Besides, going on adventures is a lot more fun. If you look back to London, you'll never have to leave the nursery. You'll grow up, and we'll never see each other again. I know, Peter, but I still want to go home. I came to rescue you. And you don't care if you ever see me again? No, you don't understand. Suit yourself. And while you're at it, rescue yourself. I'm leaving. Hey, wait a minute. There he goes. Peter? Not very thoughtful, is he? Well, what do we do now? And that's because, you know, Peter Pan's a kid. You know, that's the whole idea of Peter Pan. He's the person who never grows up. But of course, the sort of symbolism of Peter Pan isn't just like physically growing up, but it's in reference to people who grow old but never mentally mature. Because mental maturity is something you have to choose to do. It's not something that just happens automatically. At least not to any significant degree. You have to choose to become mature. You know, it happens semi-naturally because society kind of demands you mature yourself, and if you don't mature, you start to encounter problems. Hey, Gord, I've got an idea. Why don't we just think of something once we get up on deck? That doesn't make any sense, I think. Well, there's still trouble waiting outside. Wendy, you stay here. We'll try to create a distraction. Alright, be careful. Maybe if you stay here, Peter will change his mind and come back. Key to truth. Alright, where are we heading next? Alright, straight shot forward. Got it. I wonder if this is... Yeah, this is the fun one. I love the others. It doesn't really serve much of a purpose, but it's still cool that they put it there. Oh, you know what? I'm not playing with the environment nearly enough. Hold on. I've been too busy breaking down the symbolistic themes of Peter Pan and the idea of growing old that I forgot to be dumb. I do love that. You hit that and the sound comes out the other side, because that's the whole thing. You talk into one and the sound echoes through the pipes and you can communicate to people on other parts of the ship. I think that's a real thing they did on ships too, which is really cool. And of course, since we're pirates, we need knife racks literally everywhere. Those look more like machetes, honestly. Alright, oh, that's fun. It even shoots them quite a distance. Oh, that's fun. I love the little environmental doodles. It's so much better than the Game Boy version. Because, you know, the Game Boy... Oh, it doesn't... Oh, no, it doesn't. Okay, cool. It doesn't, it's not as... It's way better than the Game Boy version, because the Game Boy version is mostly just, like, barrels and boxes and, like, 2 or 3 small environmental things. But, like, that statue in Olympus Coliseum, oh, that was the best, I tell you. Like, you hit it, and it breaks, and it turns into a platform. That's just multi-level That's just some high quality, multi-level environmental integration. That's the word I'm looking for. Like, just the high quality. Ah, hello, my Moogle boy. I'd like to purchase Moogle points from you. Oh, cool, we got enough points for another pack. I already bought that one. I tend to only buy the mix packs because basically the way it works is these are item cards which are worthless. Like, oh no, item cards are good. Honestly, I should use item cards. Basically, item cards allow you to refill your deck without going through the process of and refilling it with the charge meter. And also some of the better item cards in the game, if you use slights, they'll refill your slights, which honestly I probably should have at least one item in the deck. So it's just like slate, and then the last slate is like a spell, a heal, and an item. So it's like spell, heal, item, and then I just run my slates through again. But yeah. And then blue is obviously magic and summon cards, and red is attack cards. I tend to like to buy the mix packs. I think they're generally more expensive, but again, I'm not big in the deck building, so I just like to roll the dice and see what it gives me. Not bad. Alright, we're going forward, right? Yeah, forward. Oh, is there not a, Oh, that's right. I grabbed the secret room off this place already. Or did I? Yeah, no, I did. Oh, no. That's the exit room. Yeah, I already grabbed the, the grinding, it takes like an hour and a half to do the freaking grinding, so I forget what I did in that time, because it's just lots of and it's just like, oh my god, it's so much grinding. But yeah, I've already gotten the reward, the special key reward room in this area. Oh, hello. It looks like I didn't get everybody. Alright, you will get punched in face with many explosions. Oh, I hate shadows so much. So, Tornado is probably my favorite. Just because it just catches them and throws them in the air. And it usually is an insta-kill. Yeah, Tornado does a ton of damage. If I wanted to be cheap and dumb, I'd just spam Tornado all the time. But, like, Tornado is the actual best. It's one of my favorites. It even, like, the best part about Tornado, too, is, it even works on bosses. Like, it'll catch the boss and spin him in the air. So, and while the bosses are in the air, they can't use cards, meaning they can't break your slates. Yeah. And it stuns them, too. Most bosses will get stunned by that. Whereas, oh God, I forget what it's called, but the one with where you do Simba and he goes, haha, and everything gets the stun, everyone gets the stop effect on them. Oh, that one doesn't work on bosses, but Tornado Stun does. So it gives you a great opportunity to actually deal some damage to a boss. Bye bye. Oh, that's great. I love Quake. Quake is such a great opening attack. It also is exceptionally damaging, even to bosses. Because a lot of bosses have, or at least from what I can tell, a lot of bosses have, ooh, nice. A lot of bosses have, they take less damage from attacks. Either because they have more armor, or just, ha! Got him! They have more defense, or just, like, that's how the game's coded. So what I do is, bam, to kill all the ground units, and then bam again to kill all the air units. Pretty awesome. I love it. Tornado's fantastic. Tornado and Quake are a fantastic combo. I should just make a deck that's nothing but like Tornado, Quake, Tornado, Quake, Tornado, Quake, just to ruin everybody's day. Ooh, more Moogle points, good. I always need those. Because one of the big problems, I'm encountering with my slight heavy deck is Well, actually, it's kind of twofold. It's because I keep getting new slates, so I need to keep putting new cards in the deck. So, like, keeping my card, you see here in the upper-ish right-hand corner, CP 0758 out of 0775. My total, each card has a point value worth it. So it's hard to keep my point values low, but also I can generally have more cards in my deck because slights require things of certain numbers. So when you have, you know, so some slights it's like a 1, a 5, and a 4, and that's way more expensive than just a 999. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. Ooh, I gotta spend 30 on this. I have 6 jackpots. Nah. I'll save the... Yeah, no, I'm gonna save the jackpot. Wow, I have 6 jackpots already. That's crazy. I'll save my I'll use my item boosters. There's a whole set of room cards that just specifically boost items. Oh, that one increases friends. Or that boosts cards in general. And Alchemic Waking is, like, freaking useless. Oh yeah, I'll use premium rooms. I hate premium rooms. They're the worst. Oh wait, no. Oh, nope, there we go. Now for one of the worst bosses in Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. Not the worst. Woo, we finally made it out. Oh god, I gotta do, Captain Hook's voice. There you are, you rascals! No, it's got a little... There you are! I'll teach you to play stowaway on my ship! It's almost right. Friend of Peter Pan, I'll wager. Better. We his friends? Of course, he sure didn't seem to think so. Yeah, the way he took off like that, he even ditched Wendy. I'm not. Oh, God damn it! I can't do impersonation so well. I'm not finished talking yet. How dare you ignore me and plot behind my back, uncivilized brats! You're in cahoots with Peter Pan, no mistake! If you say so. Either way, you're gonna let us off this ship. And Wendy's coming with us. Think again, you scallywags! Hook's one step ahead of you. How did we not notice that? Wendy! Any trouble and Wendy takes a long walk off the plank. You wouldn't. Believe me, I'd rather not. After all, I need Wendy to bait that blasted Peter Pan. Then I'll just have to take the bait, you old codfish. Peter! Here I am, Hook, miss me? Insolent brats! Today is the day you'll pay for taking my hand! Uh-oh. Ow! You made a fool of me for the last time, Pan! I'll cleave you into a brisket! I'm not great at voices, I'm sorry. I'm trying my best. So, Hook, Hades, Riku, some of the worst fights in this. Just, mostly because, I mean, he's a lot worse in the Game Boy version I've seen, but, like, Hook just, he does, oh, jeez. Oh, wait, is he over here? Where is he? Where? Oh, God, he's drunk. It's mostly because of his, oh, there they are. He's terrible mostly because, oh, wow, did he get hurt by his own attack? Huh. It's those presents. That's the real issue damn it, the card went away. That's the real issue in the Game Boy version, because you'll throw that thing, it does way too much damage, and it's ridiculous to avoid. It's fairly easy to deal with Hook here because you can take advantage of this hole in the center of the arena, which I appreciate that there's actually that there tends to be environmental things inside of these fights. But yeah, he's way easier because the environment's way bigger. Okay, I'm curious. If I just dodge this out, will he get hit by his own attack again? No, okay, that was... Oh, I see, they keep rolling around. So he can run into his own attack. Interesting. Oh! Oh, and the way the ship rocks is what determines where the barrels go. Okay, that's kind of cool, actually. I like that. Ah, shit. Okay, I need to... Okay, I'm gonna switch to Game Boy perspective and now start fighting for real. See you in a sec. Alright, so while I was fighting him in the Game Boy version, in the PS2 version, I just hit him with all my slates, and that's... Ow! Oh, wow, yeah, that hurts. I hit him with all my slates at the same time, and that's what got him. Oh, shit. I'm in trouble. Okay. Ah! Okay. Oh, all of his cards are zeros! That sucks! Oh, son of a bitch. Yeah, it's my fault for fucking around. Alright, we're back. So I basically just hit him with all my slates and then refilled. So, the thing that makes Hook so ridiculous is that it's his attacks do a ludicrous amount of damage. Those explodey bombs, they will take a quarter of my health per hit. Like, they are ridiculous. They will take like a quarter of my health per hit. It is ludicrous. And in the Game Boy version, it's the same way, except they're way harder to dodge. Because kind of like how his attack here hits a large portion of the map. Although, in the Game Boy version, that one also hit a huge portion of the screen, except when this thing hits a quarter of the screen, there's way more to dodge. Whereas in the Game Boy version, if you had like barely any room to dodge at all. And another thing that Hook does once you start, once you get him to, yeah, about here, he'll use an ally, or he'll use an enemy card that makes all of his things zero. Which I thought was really weird at first, and that's actually one of the reasons why he's so BS. Because, That's one of the reasons why he's so BS. Is that he'll break every one of your slides. So that's why I use them all at once. So the thing about, but I really like, thematically at least, the idea of Hook having all zeros, because you know he's a fencer. He's got a rapier as a weapon, and you know fencers are kind of all about like riposting and dodging, and like countering. So like it would make sense thematically that Hook's whole thing would be to, I'm trying to get him to get hit by his own barrel to end his bloody attack. It would make sense that Hook's whole concept in fighting would be Hook's whole concept in fighting would be to not necessarily to attack first, but to wait for me to attack and then break my card and then hit me with it. You know, with the fencing style. Yeah, here comes the all zeros, and you actually kind of have to fence him. So like you wait for him to attack, and then you riposte. And like that's his whole. That almost it thematically works with him as a swashbuckler because swashbuckling is all about countering and riposting. Get him, Pan. Yeah, see, like he just no chance. Okay, here we go. Get him, Goof. Summon spells do not work well on him because he'll just break it with his all zeros. Oop, that's bad. Oh man, I got him at such low health, but he's such a pain to deal with because of his all zeros bullshit. Okay, here we go. Counter. Got him. I quite like the all zero. It really thematically works with the swashbuckler nature. And whatever game designer decided to implement that, like, props, because that was a really nice decision. I love his face on that card. Just like, Ooh. I could use some help. Thanks, Peter. We owe you one. Well, at first I thought I'd let you handle it, but it really looked like you needed my help. But hey, you three did pretty good, though. Wendy, about London, are you sure you don't want to change your mind? Peter, I'm sorry, but I really want to go home. I was afraid that everyone grows up, and grown-ups always forget. First you'll forget what it likes to feel like to be young, and then you'll forget about me. How can you say such a thing, Peter? I'll never forget about you. Sure, that's what you think now, but when you try to remember me, the memories will be gone. You'll forget, little by little, one memory at a time. Once you're grown up, there won't be a single memory left. Don't say that. Memories, even important ones, don't come back to us whenever we want them to. But that doesn't mean the memories are gone. It's more like they're sleeping. Yeah, that's it, Sora. Drink the Kool-Aid. So when the right thing comes along and wakes up the memory, we can remember it. The memories engraved in our hearts never go away. I'm sure of it. He's right, Peter. Never, huh? It's funny. I thought everybody who left Neverland forgot all about it. But I have a feeling you guys just might be different. Yes, because you're not bound to the physical limitations of our world. Therefore, you're not adherent to its laws either. Okay, Sora, if you say we'll meet again, then I'll believe you. Oh, Peter. That's like half her lines. Why is half her lines, oh, Peter? Let's go, Wendy. London is waiting. Goodbye, Sora. I'll be waiting to see what you look like when you're all grown up. What's the matter, Tink? Oh, cool, she exploded. This must be a gift from Peter. I think it's a gift from Tink, actually. Maybe he's not such a thoughtless guy after all. No, Peter's still an asshole. That's who he is. He's immature and dumb and full of himself. He's a dick. What the hell? Why did a Moogle land on another gift from Peter? What's the big idea? Okay, that's funny. Just a random Moogle. I like Moogles. I'm kind of sad you don't see them very often out after this game. I mean, like, you really don't see them. Like, you see them kind of ish. Not really. Like, they're shopkeepers in Kingdom Hearts 2, but, like, the way the shops are set up, like, they don't even really look like Moogles anymore. They're like weird holograms. I wish Moogles were included more often. I wish Moogles were included more often in Square games in general. I've noticed, like, since, like, 2000-ish, like, Moogles have been, like, appearing less and less in Final Fantasy games and Square Enix games in general, which is really sad, because, like, Moogles and Chocobos are kind of like the thing for Final Fantasy. They're like the consistent, like, through line. Like, there's always Chocobos and there's always Moogles. Although there's no Chocobos in Kingdom Hearts, which makes me super sad. Why aren't there amazing chicken horses in my Kingdom Hearts game? Come on, man. Like, even if Sora doesn't ride it, like, imagine the Final Fantasy characters with the Chocobos and... Ah, come on, give me a Chocobo. Like, it doesn't have to be ride it. Just be like, have a Chocobo pen in Hollow Bastion in Kingdom Hearts 2, because Hollow Bastion reappears in Kingdom Hearts 2, and it's like, you know, because, like, Leon, Yuffie, and Squall are all there now, so they're, like, hanging out because that's their homeworld. Like, have a Chocobo. Just have one. It doesn't have to do anything. You walk up to it, you press the action button, it goes, ah! And, like, that's all you need. And it's like, yeah, Chocobos, awesome! They get fan art of Chocobos and stuff. I'm sorry. This is just great. Okay, well, anyway, we are running out of time for this episode, so I think I'm going to end it off here. So I hope you all enjoyed this episode, and in the next episode, we're heading up to floor 9. Oh man, we're making progress.